We're diving into the latest crypto updates and, as always, keeping it short and straight to the point. There's a big statement coming from the new SEC chairman, Paul Atkins. He says the US shouldn't just keep up with the rise of crypto, we need to take the lead. And he's ready to help make that happen. This marks a major shift. The previous administration under Gary Gensler was openly hostile toward crypto, but that chapter is behind us. Now with Atkins at the helm, we've entered a new era, one that's openly supportive of digital assets and innovation in the crypto space. It's really encouraging to see that this administration is taking a pro-crypto stance. We also just got some powerful remarks from SEC Chairman Paul S. Atkins, following up on the recommendations from the President's Working Group. According to Atkins, the vision is clear. The U.S. wants the world powered by American-made technology. Just last week, the President made it known that his goal is for the entire global system to run on U.S.-driven innovations, think blockchain, distributed ledger tech, DLT, cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and the broader digital asset space. What this signals is huge. We're no longer looking at mystery origin cryptos like Bitcoin leading the charge. Instead, there's a strong possibility that US-based cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM could take center stage in global adoption. And if we go by what XRP insiders are saying, the timeline is already being shaped. There are reports suggesting Trump is prepared to support and even use XRP. This could be our clearest signal yet. XRP is being positioned as the technological foundation for America's leadership in the global crypto economy. This is absolutely game-changing, guys. And to make things even bigger, we've got a huge statement from Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev. He's calling tokenization the backbone of the next-generation financial system. Where is that tokenization happening? Right on top of the XRP ledger. We're talking about trillions of dollars in assets getting moved, stored, and exchanged on this network. Once large-scale tokenization kicks off, the floodgates will open and we'll see the XRP ledger become the central highway for the new financial era. And it doesn't stop there. We're now seeing serious moves against the Federal Reserve itself. Congressman Thomas Massie has publicly called for its shutdown. And actual legislation is already being introduced to bring the Fed era to an end. So, things are definitely looking up, especially for those holding XRP. David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, recently weighed in on how this ties into institutional adoption. According to him, what's most likely is that the majority of XRP and RLUSD will eventually be absorbed into permissioned domains, closed environments controlled by banks and institutions. And once those assets enter these systems, they're basically locked in. This is how the infrastructure of institutional finance is shaping up, with XRP playing a central role. These permissioned domains are secure, controlled environments operating within the larger XRP ledger blockchain. While the domains themselves don't do much on their own, they enable powerful features like limiting access to exchanges and lending platforms. This setup allows traditional financial institutions to operate directly on-chain, while still following strict regulatory and compliance standards. What this really means is institutions can now use XRP in a way that aligns with both legal frameworks and their internal policies. Within these permission zones, they have control over how XRP moves and is utilized, preventing misuse, like the potential involvement of bad actors or illicit groups on decentralized platforms. We want to keep the XRP ledger clear of any association with illicit activity, including terrorism. That's where permission domains come in. They make it possible for regulated financial institutions to safely interact with the XRP ledgers. Decentralized exchange decks while staying fully compliant. David Schwartz also pointed out that institutional use could grow so massive that retail trading volumes might become irrelevant. The sheer scale of activity happening within these permissioned environments, driven by banks and major financial players, could completely overshadow the retail side. Let's be real. Most of the world's capital is controlled by the top 1%. And once these institutions start using the XRP-powered DEX to move trillions in value, it changes everything. XRP won't just be part of the system, it becomes the infrastructure behind a new financial era. All of this is absolutely massive. And before we wrap up, let's touch on some breaking news outside of XRP. We've got big developments with XDC as well. Just yesterday, Binance officially launched XDC trading on July 30th, and Kraken is also preparing to roll it out soon. There's some powerful symbolism here. Tutha X Trio, XRP, XLM, and XDCAL pushing forward in this next wave of digital finance. Even more exciting, the XDC network is setting its sights on dominating global trade finance, targeting an insane $5 trillion in daily volume, which translates to over $2 quadrillion annually. XDC is currently flying under the radar, trading at just 9 cents with a $1.5 billion market cap, but based on these numbers, it wouldn't be crazy to see it 100x from here. That could put XDC on track for a $5 trillion market cap if the momentum continues. That's it for today's video. Hope you found this insightful. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.